Hello, Kelly here, Kelly Soroka Life. And this is the third time that I've tried to film this video, and I think Mercury retrograde is hitting a little bit early here. So I'm going to try it one more time, and hopefully you'll be able to listen to this video because I've got something very special to talk about. And today I'm going to talk about Howlite. Now, in every moon cycle this past year up till now, I have studied four different things: a book, a deck, an herb, and a crystal. And so I have done studies with all four of those things. And I decided that I wanted to share all of these things with you. And so I've done a video about it. You can go back and watch the video. I'll have some information in the description below. But today I want to talk to you about the crystal that I'm studying, and it is Howlite. And it is just a beautiful stone. You'll find it's white. It's kind of got this really pretty matte finish, and it's got this just beautiful marbling detail in it it's really hard to see on the screen. So I'll include some pictures as well, but it's got this just beautiful marbling in it. And just a very calming stone. It's a good one to use with meditation when you want to balance emotions. And the cancer energy, it can be emotional. And because it's water, it's a water sign. And it's the sign that is very much concerned with home and family and taking care of other people. And so this stone, I think, really plays well with that cancer energy. And it's one that I have pieces of, but I've just never really worked with it that much. And I really have enjoyed working with it so far. Using it, I have a piece on my desk here, and I just take it out and we work together, working together during the week and during this moon cycle. And so it's been a really good stone for me to work with at this time. Now, you will find Howlite and as far as I know, it is a very common stone. It's one that you can find in a lot of places. And it's tumbled, and you can find small pieces of it that are good to carry around that you can put on an altar. And so it's a really good one. It's a really good one to work with. Now, you will see Howlite, and you'll see it dyed, and it has been artificially dyed. And a lot of times you'll see it blue. So you'll see blue Howlite. You can see pink Howlite, green Howlite in different colors. And if you like working with stones that have been enhanced or, in other words, changed from their natural state, it's one that you can definitely work with. And you might like the colors better, and you might resonate with a different color of Howlite. But one thing that you need to watch out for is that dyed blue Howlite is often sold as turquoise. And so you might see in places like jewelry shops or places that have kind of questionable crystals. And not that they're trying to cheat you or anything, but they just might not know that it's not a true turquoise. And so you'll see something being sold as turquoise, and it's really just dyed Howlite. And it's okay, but I think the part that bothers me a little bit about it is that turquoise is a more expensive stone. And so if you were to find real Howlite or real turquoise, then that is something that it's not real turquoise. Turquoise is more expensive. Howlite is more common. Now, just the expense doesn't mean anything except that one is easier to find than the other. and they both have very different properties and you can work with them in very different ways. But just make sure that you know what you're getting and that you know what the crystal is. And that goes along with any crystal that you buy, that you want to make sure that you're, getting crystals that come from ethical sources and that you feel good about purchasing and using. Because if you don't feel good about it and you don't feel like that it has the properties and energies that you want, then you're not going to get along with that crystal either. So just look for that, look for howlite, and look for, when you see turquoise, make sure that you're getting true turquoise, and that if it is a blue dyed howlite, that you know that as well. And so that's the only thing that I think that I found in working with howlite, and that it can be sometimes misnamed. So anyway, getting to how then, once you have your howlite, how you want to work with it. And it's great for several different things. It is great for calming. So if you and feeling calm and peace. So when you may be faced with an uneasy situation, or you're faced with something that you're not sure about the outcome or how you feel about it. Howlite can be really good to help you tap into that emotion, help you kind of come into the center and find that balance, and so that you can move forward. It's also a good one to carry with you and to absorb anger or negativity. So things that might be that might be that you might have a hard time, dealing with and not getting angry. So it helps you deal with that anger and work through those issues. And if it's something that truly that you should be angry about, kind of helps you, work through that, and so that you can work through the anger into, wherever you want to be with that. And it can absorb negativity if you're in a place where you don't feel comfortable, where there is a lot of negativity, or you're around like an energy vampire, somebody who just sucks all the energy out of a room, or that's just really hard to deal with, and you just feel exhausted after you've been with that person or in that situation. And so this is a good one to use for that. Since it does balance emotions, it's great for meditation, or when you want to just, take a pause during the day. You can just put the howlite in your hands and just pause and feel, to feel calm and kind of at peace again. And it's very supportive. It's very supportive in achieving ambitions and goals when you need some inner strength, when you need confidence, when you need clarity. Howlite is really good for this. So you might want to work with howlite when you're doing planning. And it's one that I've had, with me during this time. So when I do weekly planning and or daily planning, or working through my to-do list, my checklist, it's been a really good one to be there to kind of to keep me focused and to keep me to focused on the things that I want, and in clarity, focus and clarity to get to me where I want to be during that time and during that week, and during this moon cycle as well, and keeping on track and keeping with my intentions. So this one is good for, I have read, for insomnia. Now, I say that I have read because I don't really battle insomnia. I've never really had trouble sleeping. And even when I do have, times when I'm awake, it's only for a few minutes, and it's not really bothersome. It's usually I'm awake and I'm trying to work something out. And so I'm awake for a reason. And I feel like that I'm trying to work something out that time, and it's coming to me at that time. And it might be 4 o'clock in the morning, but then I end up going back to sleep anyway. And so I really I've never really had a trouble sleeping. My problem is the opposite. I need my 8 hours of sleep. And so, when I'm tired and when it's evening and when, I'm ready for bed, I'm out and I'm asleep, and and it's hard sometimes to do things in the evening. And that's why I make sure that I get the things that I need to get done during the day, because I know that I'm going to be, zonked out, in the evening. So, or, at night. So, I've read that it helps with insomnia, and my husband is sometimes, well, lots of times battles with insomnia. So I think once I found that out, that I might give him, after I'm done with it, give him this piece and see if he wants to try it and see if it works for him, and maybe just brings a little bit of peace to his. I don't think, that it's going to cure his insomnia. I don't think it's going to, he's going to put under his pillow and then immediately just zonk out. But, I think that it may help him, get calm in the evenings, or when he's, winding down in the evenings. And this might be something that you want to try too. When you're winding down your evening routine, you might want to add Howlite to it and see if it's something that helps you wind down in the evening. And it's a beautiful stone, I think, for this. And you can use it for that. And if you want to, maybe if you're having some trouble dreaming, or your dreams, you want to have more peaceful dreams or be able to remember your dreams, you can work within Howlite and see if that helps. It's also good to bless and protect your home. So it's one that you can, and it's definitely, when I finish working with this one, I'm going to find a place for this piece somewhere around my home, probably next to the front door, and just to help, and do a little blessing with it, and help it and say thank you for the work that's done with me during this moon cycle, and let it, be a nice protective stone for my home. So these are things that you can do, and I will have all of this information for you on a PDF, and it is in the Cauldron. And so I'll leave a link to the Cauldron, and also to the video about the Cauldron and what that is. And so I found, started collecting all of these resources, and I just want to have them there for you to share in them too. And I create them for various things that I've been working on, and if they can be of help to you, then I want them to be there. So the Cauldron is there for you, and it'll be a link in every video, so you'll be able to find whatever we're working on, and find some materials there, and other resources that I've come across or created there for you. So it'll be there with you. And I've also included on this PDF a little quick spell that you can do with Howlite. And if you don't have Howlite, you can always just, ask the energy of Howlite to be with you. And so, but if you do have a piece, or you do have a card or a picture or something like that, and that you want to work with, you can take it and put it in your hand. And when you just want to have a quick calming break, you can hold your Howlite and say, calm me, open my eyes, grant me peace in this moment. So may it be. Just take a breath and be with your Howlite. And then you can, face whatever unease is coming up, whatever anger or negativity might be coming your way, and you'll be there, and Howlite can help you balance those emotions. And it's just a beautiful stone. So that's it for Howlite for today. Now, I have done this for this moon cycle, for the Cancer moon cycle. I've been working with the Victorian Fairy Tarot, and this is the original one, and I've actually ordered the newest version. And so I'm going to do a little walkthrough of both of those and tell you about all the things that I've been working with the Victorian Fairy, the original one, and the new one that's come out. I have already done a video on chickweed, and so you can find that, and you can also find the chickweed PDF, and also a blank herbal form for you if you want to work with your own herb in the Cauldron. And I'm also, the book that I am reading for this moon cycle is a Dark Goddess Craft by Stephanie Woodfield, and I've actually finished the book. So I'll have the next couple of days a review for you, and there's also a book review form for you in the Cauldron, so that you can, if you have a book, if you have this book that you're reading, if you have another book that you are reading and you want to do a book review for it and have a record of your thoughts and your feelings about the book, then you can do that too. But I'll be coming at you hopefully in the next few days with the review of the Dark Goddess Craft. And then after that, I'll talk about the Victorian Fairy and the work that I've been doing with that. And hopefully have some other videos on some other things coming up, and some new things coming with you, to you, at you, for you, and they'll be on the channel. So if you have not subscribed, please do subscribe. And so you'll be alerted when the next video is out. And make sure to check out in the comments, in the description, make sure to check out the link to the Cauldron so that you can get all the information there that is there, all the goodies that are there. So thank you for being here with me and with Howlite, and I will say goodbye and see you soon. Bye.